Good morning. I'm going to do a little book recommendation. Uh, Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. Uh, a lot of the ideas for my training system that I'm working on came out of reading this book. So, two important things I think that he has to say is one thing is talent is not something you're born with. Research doesn't actually indicate that. Talent is something that you acquire through a particular type of training. And one just small thing to think about that he says is it happens at a very specific level of difficulty. So if you're doing a task like, say, whatever golf swing task you're doing, and you can do it 9 out of 10 times, that's too easy. If you can only do it 4 out of 10 times, that's too hard. So in neither instance does learning take place. Learning takes place at around the 7 out of 10 difficulty level. So as you train, give yourself a task and say, okay, I'm trying to hit all these, make solid contact or something, and then say, okay, I did it this number of times. If the number's too high, then you've got to make a harder task for yourself, like swing harder or faster or bigger or whatever. And if your number is too low, if you're doing 3 out of 10, then you've got to shrink the task down to a level where learning is going to take place. And then the other part of this that I think was interesting to me is the idea of you have an ingrained motor pattern, and it's something called, he talks about myelination, which is basically your brain creates a motor pattern and then it reinforces it by wrapping something around the nerve tissue. It doesn't really matter, but the point being, if you have an ingrained motor pattern, you can't really get rid of it or alter it. So what you need to do actually is create a new motor pattern, not kind of have to use your old motor pattern and try to get in the middle of it and fix it. That doesn't work. So that's why my training system starts from zero. So you always start from zero. That first move has to be different, and you have to start building something small, and you have to kind of sneak under your learned habit and create a new one from the ground up. But anyway, I would highly recommend this book. It's really interesting as well.